Is that the way it's supposed to be?
All right.
Rear, bottom,
Yep.
just like that.
Yep. That's it.
All right. If it works, it works. If it works, we don't even know if it's gonna work.
No.
We've never done this before.
It's not very professional.
No.
Oh boy.
Just try it at a slow speed.
Yeah.
Well, I see little parts of the feathers in the bird's wing. Oh, yeah. There's a pelican. Pelican? Pelican. It's a hummingbird. Oh, okay. Speed, quiet. Get it? Yes. Yes.
Good job. Good job, Randy.
It worked.
Much less trouble than expected on the surface. It was a pleasant operation.
All right, so here I'm visiting Bill's shop at MNPC Tech with my dancing iridescence case mod. This is a Lian PC-Q30, mostly, some parts removed. So what I was looking at here was just kind of how I'm gonna lay things out anyway. Still kind of debating on how I'm gonna do all of the pump and drain and other fittings and whatnot, but one of the ideas was just to have the 90 here so I could have it moved forward more, and then turn around on the back. That idea was so I could mount the radiator this way with all the fittings on the bottom so that there's less up on the top visually, and then I would do two bulkheads going through here, and then I would just run those onto the inside of the case, run one of them into the pump, well, res pump combo, and then run one of them up to the block, because it's just going to be a CPU block in this loop, because I'm only planning on running just an APU, just an HTPC, so I won't need to be playing games on it or anything.
So what is the hardware specs of stuff you have in here right now?
Right now I just have a Fractal Design power supply because it was an SFX. I don't know. We'll see if that ends up getting switched out for maybe a Silverstone, just because I like their modular power supplies more than having all this spaghetti all over everywhere.
300 watt?
Yep, I believe it's 300 or 350. Not sure which, but should be more than enough since I'm not running a GPU anyway. And then this is just an EK DDC X-Res 100 mil version.
Is that the factory 140 back there?
Yep, the factory 140, and then I just mounted it's an Alpha Cool XT45. It's a little bit thicker, but not quite the Monster. And then this might not stay there. It's just so I don't accidentally put my hand through the fins
Oh,
and
yeah.
end up getting to buy another one.
Yeah, that was a smart move.
End up with a review radiator.
This is clever with Alpha Cool. I didn't know that they had another.
I didn't either. One thing I was talking to Jesse about this online and stuff, but they have the nice either drain or fill or breather valve, but they only include 4 stop fittings, which seems okay because there's only 6 here, but then you realize that there's a 7th. So
You had to come up with one?
yeah, I just used, because I'm planning on having a drain, I just used the one off of the back of the pump.
Sure.
But yeah, so if you end up buying an XT45, keep that in mind. You might need another stop fitting. Here we have the curly maple front bezel. I picked curly maple because I wasn't exactly sure where I was going with this to begin with, but I just like the figure that it has and the sort of depth that you get out of it. I like to do woodworking as another hobby of mine, and doing some of this work by hand, nothing too special, just a lot of chisel and plane work. It takes a little bit more time that way, but I get more enjoyment out of it because it kind of slows me down and just sort of keeps me in the mindset of what I'm working on and what I'm doing. Later on, I'll be staining the wood a little bit in a couple of different layers to bring out the grain in the curly maple. As you can see on the side, it's sort of different colors already, and I'm just going to bring that out a little bit more, and hopefully it'll contrast with these side panels that I end up doing later. And then what I'm doing here is I'm cutting out some 1/8 inch clear acrylic pieces. These are going to basically act as standoffs to go on the back side of the panel, not only to help keep them away from the case to leave airflow, but also I'm going to illuminate these with some LEDs. Hopefully the illumination will just add another dimension to it and kind of bring out the rest of the build some more. So what I'll be doing later on is mounting the LEDs between the gap that creates right on the side panel where the mesh is. Thanks for watching part 1 of Dancing Iridescence. Keep an eye out for part 2, where we take a field trip over to Brad's paint shop, where we show you this really cool ground metal side panels that we made, and then shoot it with some candy root beer and brandy wine.